Hello, Pokemon fans! This is Pro Pokenoo back today to bring you another battle. Few things before I start this match. Did anyone realize that we just got into February yesterday? Happy February, everybody! um, the one thing that sucks about pre-recording is you kind of forget times and dates and when you're actually going to upload these things. I just number them and put a date next to them. Like, okay, it's going to be next week, February. Oh, February 2nd! That means I missed Wednesday's one. That's okay. Anyways, I was doing more battles on PO finally. I have a couple that I actually have ready from this year. Sadly, I finished a series of battles, and what do you know? They didn't record again. I don't know what it is, but it just keeps erasing my games, and I had, once again, I'm not exaggerating, I had another perfect match for you guys with my brand new UU team that I fixed. It's my new wall team, but it's not so much wall as bulky, I guess. But it had a perfect one. The guy was really nice and everything, and we had perfect predictions there, and once again it got erased. But I'm going to stop getting you guys excited with that because I shouldn't be doing that. Because what I'm going to be bringing you today is a standard RU match against a person by the name of Ramsey Ridge Runner. Equally good match. Let's just get straight into it. He's going to lead off with a Ferroseed as I lead off with my Whirlipede. And I figured, I could just start setting up on this guy because he's probably going to do the same to me. He goes for Leech Seed, misses it on the first turn, which is kind of a disadvantage to him because now he's behind. But that's okay, he's going to get it off this turn, kind of forcing me to get hurt a little bit. No problem, this is the one with the Eviolite. It's just meant to take hits and set up. So he's going to start setting up his spikes as I set up my spikes. I'm just going to speed this up a little bit because at this point we're just going to be setting up. So not much to go off here. Looking at his team, I needed the hazards just to really cripple him. I was aiming for full hazards, and I actually get what I want. So at this point, I have full spikes up. I have no point but to rest off. He actually goes into Honchkrow, and I'm just going to get the rest so that this thing can serve to block any choice people or anything like that, just to see what they're going to switch into. I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go into my Shelgon to take anything this thing wants to do, and he's actually going to set up the substitute. Okay, fine. He's got Brave Bird, he's got Sucker Punch, he's got whatever else I need to worry about. So I'm just going to go for the Protect to see what he's going to do, and he actually goes straight for the Brave Bird. Alright, so I'm hoping I can take this with the Eviolite, and I'm going to try and set up a Wish. So here he goes for the Brave Bird, and I take it pretty well, actually. I was expecting to take a lot more, but hey, Shelgon with the Eviolite's pretty good. So at this point, he does have the leftovers, though, so I can't Brave Bird lefty stall him or anything. You can't recoil stall him, so I'm just going to heal myself off here and try and get myself at a decent amount of health, which I do. And at this point, I'm trying to remember, yes, he predicts me to switch out, and I didn't see this coming, but I just went for another Wish just to pass it off to someone else. Now, I'm thinking he might go for it again, so I just stay in, and I actually go for the Fire Blast to break his sub, and he does actually go for the Pursuit, so I get the Wish off, I'm at full health, and his sub is eliminated. Excellent start here. So, he's going to switch out, go into his Gligar, seeing this is hopeless. I just go for another Fire Blast, and that does absolutely nothing to Gligar with Eviolite. Okay, I'm going to switch out and go into Rotom Cut to resist an Earthquake, but he actually goes for the Toxic. That was actually what I was fearing. I meant to say Toxic, but that's okay. It's here now. He's going to switch out, and he goes into Honchkrow. Now, at this point, actually, oh dear, I must pause this. Alright. I had to explain this, and I almost missed my opportunity. At this point, I was contemplating going for the Trick. Now, if I went for the Trick, the whole idea was to cripple Gligar. At the same time, I knew this Honchkrow was in the ranks, and I guess he was thinking that I'd go for the Leaf Storm, and Honchkrow would resist that. But I was really hoping to trick this off to either Ferroseed, either Ferroseed or Gligar, or I knew he had a Cofagrigus as well, so I was hoping he'd switch into one of those. But then at the same time, I'm going, let's just wait and see what he's going to do. And I go for the HP Ice just to be safe, and luckily he switches into his Honchkrow, and now he's got to switch out into Ferroseed to take the HP Ice, and it's going to do okay. So at this point, you will see how that kind of mattered, because noticing I'm still missing one type of hazards, which is the rocks, I'm going to send in Kabutops to finish off the full hazards with the rocks here. And at this point, I believe he just goes for the Leech Seed, because Eviolite Ferroseed with Leech Seed is actually kind of annoying. Although, it does have its problems. Anyways, I'm going to switch into Shelgon, because he can go for Leech Seed again, I really don't care. He goes for the Gyro Ball, gets a crit, doesn't matter to me. I'm going to go for the Protect, as he goes for another Leech Seed. And at this point, I think I'm just going to set up a wish. Yes. I could have Fire Blasted, but I needed to heal off, so that was more important to me. I'm going to go for the Fire Blast now, knowing that I'm faster. I take out his Ferris Seed, and I get my wish at the same time. So we're doing really well here. And now he's going to switch in his Porygon Z. Okay, Porygon Z. I'm Canadian. Whoops. This thing's going to get fully blasted. I'm going to go for the Protect to see what it's going to lock itself into. I'm just assuming that it's choiced. He goes for Ice Beam. No problem. I believe I'm just going to switch into Hitmonlee. Yes, I switched into Legs because I'm, again, naturally, especially defensive, and I take it okay. That's actually going to be a 2-hit KO for him, but what he doesn't know is I have the Fake Out, but he's actually just going to switch out, fearing either a Scarf or a Fighting move, and he goes to Cofagrigus, hoping that I high Jump Kick. I just go for the Fake Out, but that's quite alright because Cofagrigus has been severely crippled. Now, I always like having Toxic Spikes up against the Cofagrigus, just to see if it has the rest to know how bulky of a Cofagrigus I'm going to be facing, because if it has the rest, it's going to be quite literally a Cofag. So, looking at the Shadow Ball, I could probably take another one and go for the Wish. That's what I'm hoping for. He goes for it, and I live it. Excellent. I'm hoping that wasn't min damage either, but what I'm going to do is just go for the safe Protect. If he wants to rest, that's fine with me. At least I know it's going to have rest. He actually goes for the Nasty Plot, though, and that was kind of nasty because I don't know how hard this thing's going to hit next turn. But I'm just going to go for another Wish. No, I'm not. I'm going to switch out and go to Gramble because at this point I've seen 2 moves, but he goes for Shadow Ball anyways. It doesn't affect me. He obviously didn't have rest, otherwise he would have used it there, and he dies to his own Toxic. No problem. My Toxic Order activates. I'm like, okay, Porygon Z, let's go. I'm pretty sure I can take one of your special hits, so I'm just going to go for the rest, seeing as how Quick Feet's going to be activated either way. Double Edge hits. Owie. And that's apparently a choiced Porygon Z with a surprise Double Edge, which is actually pretty good because it does catch people off guard, like he said. So I'm just going to go into Hitmonlee now, knowing that he's got everything else. I'm just going to go for the Fake Out, knowing that this Honchkrow is coming in, or not knowing that it's going to come in, but I can get my speed up. Now, as you will see, this actually kind of matters because now I'm just going to go for the Rock Slide on the Gligar because I have nothing better to hit it with. I'm just going to let him take me out with an Earthquake. The whole idea of behind my Scarf, you'll see in a little bit actually. But I send in Kabutops, I go for the Waterfall, hoping to do a lot. Does okay on a Gligar, but again, I'm not doing anything, and he gets the Roost off. So, Gligar with Eviolite is very physically bulky, so I figure as my last resort, I'm just going to go for Rapid Spin. Let him take me out with an Earthquake. I'm not concerned as long as the hazards are gone, because I do have that Shelgon and Whirlipede. So I'm going to go to Rotom Cut, and I'm going to just go for the safe HP Ice. Now, this is a reason why I didn't want to use the trick. Here comes Slacking, and I know Slacking is extremely quick. He would be faster than Rotom Cut without the Scarf. So, if I had tricked it, this return, if I had stayed in, anyways, but he has a Life Orb, but it doesn't matter because this thing's fast, okay? That actually, Whirlipede from a Life Orb Slacking took that hit very nicely. Nonetheless, if I thought that I'd be faster than this thing, and I didn't pass the Scarf, and I did pass the Scarf off, it could have been a little bit more damaging if he had played this a little bit better. But since he didn't play it better, I'm going to take him out with an HP Ice, and I don't have to worry about that whole predicament that could have happened. So that will be an excellent match. Ramsey Ridge Runner, comment, rate, and subscribe, everyone. I hope you had an excellent week with my uploads, with your life. Enjoy February. Valentine's Day is coming up. I think that's on a Tuesday this year. I might just skip the Monday that week and do it on the Tuesday. I'm not sure yet. I know that week is the week before my reading week, and I have, I think, 2 midterms and 3 essays due that week within the first 3 days, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So, I might just skip the Monday and do the Valentine's Day. That's way out of the way that you guys don't have to worry about. I gotta worry about that. But anyways, Whirlipede, thank you for taking a Slacking return. And have an excellent weekend, everyone, and I will see you back on Monday. Peace.